everyone's a bit tired, and there's a lot going on, and a lot of people are saying, it really doesn't feel like Christmas, and it kind of doesn't. There's too much going on. There might be struggles. There might be, things in the background, expectations from other people that we know that we cannot fulfill. Sometimes because we consider them morally wrong, sometimes just because we are on a different path, things like that. And it's okay. Well, tonight, Flossie the elephant and I are going to see what we can do to try to give off the idea of a calm and chill and easy winter night. Hi, Flossie. I doubt she'll stay there. Okay, so one of my favorite poems is Pippa Passes by Robert Browning. And there's a million reasons for this one, including one that's slightly awkward because of the usage of a very interesting word that is used completely incorrectly but comes out very funnily. But first, just remember, the year's at the spring. Yep, sorry. Background faded here. The year's at the spring, and the days at the morn. Mornings at 7, the hillsides dew pearled. The lark's on the wing, the snail's on the thorn. God is in his heaven, and all is right with the world. So, maybe, just maybe, those of us who are in a different place than maybe we're expected to be, and who are really struggling, who may have to deal with fighting off different things, whether it's illness, whether it's just a heck of a long time, whether it's recovery, whether it's getting ourselves back after a long period of after a very long period of needing to fulfill obligations or fill our timetables, and finding it difficult because now it feels like the timetable is a little bit broken. So whatever your heaven is, whatever your God is for this time and in this place, God is in his heaven and all is right with the world. Now, this is why I actually love Pippa Passes. Besides that part. In Twat v. Browning, from the language log. What? Hold still. Okay, so in this poem, as Robert Browning is describing the general night air and all the different things going on, and he gets to the point where he's talking about the holy brothers and the holy sisters, he says, "Then owls and bats, cowls and twats, monks and nuns in a cloister's moods adjourned to the oak stump pantry." Now, Robert Browning was a fascinating man, and yeah, even his love life with Elizabeth was fascinating, but he's not referring to the same sort of twat that we're thinking of. If you'll notice in this scene, you see that the monks wear cowls, those big long collars that kind of fold out. What he apparently assumed was that nuns and their wimples, the things that go underneath the darker veil, were called twats, making it very, very funny and really kind of an adorable mistake. And I think Robert Browning accidentally got it from this. They talked of his having a cardinal's hat. They'd send him as soon an old nun's twat. Of course, I'm pronouncing this badly because apparently twat is pronounced twat, making this rhyme. However, poor Browning was presuming that, like a hat, a twat was a piece of clothing worn round the head. So that's adorable, but also he said twat. And so think right now, what is your heaven? And if you can't rest, what can you do to just simply be? And what can you do to just give yourself that feeling of God is in his heaven, all is right with the world. And whatever that is, go for it. It's gonna take longer than a holiday, and it's gonna be quite a Christmas miracle. I have a lot of work yet left to do, and handling news of someone that hurt you when they were alive and them now meeting their maker can put you in really, really bad places. And if someone says to you, well, why don't you offer commiserations, or why don't you, react this way? I don't even, there's no appropriate way to act even when you liked the person. So I am trying to remember that I believe in love and kindness and mercy and all that other stuff. And also knowing that I need love and kindness and mercy. And that it's me that needs to make the decision on how to react. And if I can't, I can't. And there's no good or bad way. Telling someone, oh, well, you need to do this or you need to do that, or getting mad at them for whatever reaction they have, I think is very, very rude. If you're not in those shoes, you really need to take a back step there. Because everyone does it differently. Some people make dirty jokes. Some people drink a couple glasses of whiskey and they sing very, very loudly. Some people weep. Some people put it out of their mind as well as they can and try to act like everything's fine, and then years later, which I've noticed in certain people, including some of the people that were telling me that I need to react this way or I need to react that way. There's no wrong way. There's no right way. I suppose not letting yourself might be a wrong way, but it'll come when it comes. And in this case, I'm not really able to say much more than I mourn the people that this person has hurt in their lifetimes. And I hope that they can find peace. That's all I've got. As for the Christmas holidays, it's tough. There's crazy going on. And of course, if there is a lot of what feels like venom and anger and everything else all around you, and you're trying to have a lovely holiday, it can feel really, really, really tough. Especially when it feels like people are being a bit petty. Like, see, look what we're doing without you because we're mad at you. And you want to do something that is very unseasonable and very unholy. But this is about you and not about them. And your reaction is your reaction. So, what is your idea of adjourning quietly? What is your idea of sanctity right now? And comfort? And God in his heaven? And there you go. And I hope that you have, gosh, all this love and all this peace and all this wonder and all the other good stuff. And I hope that I learn when to listen and when not to listen. Because sometimes it feels like people say things to me they wouldn't generally say to other people, knowing that some people may, that because they don't, either they want to see me react, or they think that I will just accept. And what I'm learning right now is there are times when you have to say, I'm not accepting this. I'm not okay. And as in the characters in Pippa Passes, because many of them are having a really crappy day, actually. Pippa be completely oblivious, but a lot of people in the poem are having a ridiculously bad day. And, but let peace reign. Don't, if someone says to you, you need to do it this way, just as there's no one way to celebrate, there's also no one way to mourn. And it's tough. And of course, this is a type of year that's tough for a lot of people. And I've kind of mourned on Christmas because I'm missing quite a few people that should be here. And I've had to spend it with people that shouldn't have been there. And, but there's also glories, like a still winter's night, even if it's a rainy still winter's night. Someone counting down where Santa went and when he got there. And, baking and cooking and getting things ready and enjoying things, which way, shape, or form. And so what I can say is there's no right way. There's no wrong way. There's the way that you do it. So you do that voodoo that you do so well. You are loved, and I will talk to you soon. Merry Christmas.